Hello everyone, King Nelly Reviews here, and today we're back on that out pack. This video shouldn't take too long, but as the title says, I'll be breaking down the structure of Kilihito. I'll be going over the different groups in the gang, their roles and responsibilities, and finally all their star players. Let's get right to it. Everybody get your fucking hands up. So, Kilihito, one of my favorite gangs, crews, squads, whatever you want to call them. I love them so much, and the way they're organized is honestly really great. The gang can be pretty much broken down into 5 main groups, and those 5 main groups are led by what they call the Kilihito leadership. The 5 groups are the Tenzawa Detachment Squad, the VP Squad, the Special Attack Forces, the Guard Squad, and finally the Flying Column. The Kilihito leadership includes 5 members who also lead those 5 groups: Tenzawa, Kaname, Keigo, Aguro, and Taguchi. Let's start with the head honcho himself, Tenzawa. Now, he's the leader of the gang, and as the name implies, he's in charge of leading the group. This means making big decisions on how the group is gonna move and giving directions to everyone on what to do and how to do it in order to accomplish whatever goal they're heading towards. Tenzawa also commands the Kilihito leadership. They're directly under him, and his orders are absolute, regardless of what squad you're on. The Tenzawa Detachment Squad is the only squad that doesn't have anyone but Tenzawa above them in the hierarchy. This is because every other squad has at least one member of the leadership. They report before Tenzawa, but Tenzawa is the only one the detachment reports to. The Tenzawa Detachment Squad basically contains 3 main people: Manuk, who is the captain, then Juan and Marco, the last 2. Their job is mainly to be Tenzawa's private force that aids in whatever objective Tenzawa wants to accomplish, regardless of how big or small. The Tenzawa Detachment Squad is usually in charge of behind-the-scene activities and handling internal affairs. An example would be like weeding out traitors in the gang or reporting certain behaviors of Kilihito members back to Tenzawa. We saw them a lot when Taguchi was kinda acting up and disobeying orders, and they were stated to actually be involved with Tenzawa's decision to kick him out. The history Tenzawa has with his squad all started during the interrogation of Jusuke, where Tenzawa offered them a place in his 7th gen of Kilihito after saving them. In the current war, they're currently in charge of protecting Tenzawa alongside the guard squad, and it's honestly fair to assume the squad only consists of those 3, since they're never really shown in a big group like the other squads, and given the nature of their secretive, behind-the-scenes mission, it's more efficient to have a smaller group than a larger one. Next, we have the VP Squad, which is under Abe Kaname. He's the VP or the vice head of Kilihito. His job is to support Tenzawa in his decisions and become the face of authority when Tenzawa isn't able to be present. Kaname's VP Squad is a team that operates directly under his orders, but doesn't have a specific offensive, defensive, or even a special role for Kilihito in general. They're most likely just a big force that supports Kaname in battles. His right hand is Muto, who we've seen a lot throughout the series. He has had superstar moments against Haruken when he won in an impressive fashion. His unofficial successor is Harima, who we've seen in the current arc. Harima helped aid Kaname in his decisions during his battle with Mamiya, but I'm very surprised Kaname decided to make him the new VP instead of Muto if he got taken out. I call it an unofficial successor because Muto wasn't exactly there when he said that, so it's not like he picked between Muto or Harima, but it is interesting that he didn't mention Muto at all when he told Harima he would be the new VP if he did get taken out. But the last shining star of the VP squad will be Nangoku, who also happens to be Muto's rival and showed up in the current arc. Nangoku seems to be very strong, being able to take up Mamiya with relative ease. Unlike the Tenzawa Detachment Squad, there's actually a lot of members in the VP squad, but these 4, Kaname, Muto, Harima, and Nangoku, are the main ones to look out for. Next, we have the Special Forces. Their captain is Keigo, and they're a highly specialized attack force that do many tasks from blocking roads and breaking checkpoints. They're the first ones that charge headfirst during times of war, and overall, they're a good measure of a team's offensive capabilities. The number 2 of the squad is Toshio, who we see occasionally. Toshio seems to have an almost unhealthy obsession with Keigo, but it's easy to tell that no one loves and respects Keigo as much as Toshio does. The number 3 is Kenshin, We meet him during the current arc, and Furin implied that Kenshin was a strong contender to be captain of the Special Forces. His display of strength and skill in the arc was very impressive, so this really makes the squad stacked. A fun fact to note is that everyone a part of the Special Forces is currently wearing protective armor in this Kilihito vs Kyorenki war, so the group in general is very dangerous right now. Next, we have the Guard Squad, and is mainly used for protection as the name implies. The captain is Meguro, and they normally stay close and protect the head of the gang, Tenzawa, from any harm. They specialize in defense and being like bodyguards. The right hand of the Guard Squad is Mazuzaka. We see him close to Meguro a lot and even held his own during the park arc when Meguro was fighting the Kakuta brothers, so it's not a good idea to sleep on him. The number 3 or the third man of the group is Ichikawa. He's someone we met recently in the current arc, and we don't know too much about him so far, but him and the rest of the Guard Squad is in charge of protecting Tenzawa, and we see them around Tenzawa all the time during the current arc. So it's safe to say that they're pretty reliable, and they've been doing their job well so far. Other members of the Guard Squad include Meguro's old bodyguards, which also happen to be Mazuzaka's childhood friends, Ren and Sho. The last squad we'll talk about is the Flying Column. They're a versatile squad who are used for either defense or offense, depending on the situation. The captain is Taguchi. His right hand is Genya, and one of their star members is Sawamura. Genya was in charge of coordinating Taguchi's spy work in Kyorenki and even helped out Kenzo in the current war. Sawamura had an insane performance alongside Muto earlier in the series when he was fighting against Oshima. The squad mainly does tasks that don't qualify as pure offense or pure defense. This includes many different missions like reconnaissance or spy work, or even setting up and framing their ops. Genya notes that they usually rely on their brains and heads for their missions, and the squad is also known for their trickery in fights. In the current war, they have also been assigned with intelligence assessment and reconnaissance, as well as recovering the captain Taguchi. Now this pretty much wraps up all you need to know when it comes to how Kilihito is structured. I mainly made this vid because it's easy to forget how they're kind of organized, but you can just come back to this and then just remind yourself how the group is organized. Most of their no-name background members are assigned to one of these 5 squads, and in total they make up the 90-member deep Kilihito GOAT squad we all know and love. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to not miss any of my uploads. Thanks again, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.